Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. With the rise of AI, many designers feel anxious about their job, as many businesses focused on increasing productivity turn to generative AI for their creative needs. In this video, I'm going to prove to you beyond reasonable doubt why you should always hire a designer instead of using AI. My name is Pat. I'm a founder and a creative director with over 10 years of experience running my own animation studio called Pat Animation. Throughout the years, we produced over 500 animated videos for clients all around the world. I would also really appreciate if you could like this video as a way of letting me know that you want me to create more of these. With that understanding, let's get started. Designers have taste. AI has no taste. It really doesn't understand what makes a given piece of design look good. It has no idea what humans will find attractive and what will immediately turn them off. That's why AI is not able to filter poor generations. Very often we see humans with an extra limb, or hands with extra fingers, or in case of animation, characters doing some unnatural movement or in unnatural poses. Next, working with the designer, you experience a cooperative design process. This means that working with the designer, you can get to the smallest details and make sure that really will work for your brand. With AI, whatever you get is whatever you get. This brings me to another point. Revisions are impossible with AI. Working in my industry, which is animation, a big part of our process, something that we actually are proud of, is the fact that we work with our clients and allow them to provide feedback on every step of the production process. And this way we get to be on the same page with the client all throughout the production of the video. If I was to use AI, this would not be possible. Any revision that comes from the client, I would not be able to guarantee to them that what they will get from me will be exactly like they want it. This naturally segues to another point. With AI, you have no control over the design. It's very similar to what I said earlier, but let me reiterate. Hiring a designer gives you control over the output, going through a discovery process. Storyboards in our case, right? Or sketches of the initial designs allow you to align on the vision, and when the final product comes, there is not much of a surprise anymore because you guys were in control throughout the design process, something that just doesn't happen with AI. With AI, you click and hope that you get something decent. Reality is, very often you will spend hours on end without getting anything even remotely usable. Therefore, AI is unreliable. Working with big agencies and big clients that I've had the pleasure of working with in the past, reliability and the fact that the client knows that they're going to get exactly what you promised them or what they're hoping, what they're envisioned, is a big part of why some agencies have a lot of work and some agencies struggle to find work. Clients want to be able to depend on you. Remember, it's not only them. They're very often reporting to a stakeholder that was the original person that requested the video to be produced. Or if it's an agency, they are reporting to their clients. If a big, company, say Coca-Cola, comes to a big agency, right? Like, for example, they are the agency of record for that client, for Coca-Cola. Agency of record would then find smaller agencies, like, for example, us, Pat Animation, to produce that animated video. And if our track record is not there, then further down the road, we would find it harder and harder to find work. And there is virtually no hope of getting recurring work from that agency. This also is because AI has no experience. Okay, as opposed to a designer who would have worked on hundreds of projects like this before, would have worked with multiple clients across multiple industries, who have spent years developing their craft. Experience is really something that you are not able to replicate with AI. Therefore, you can rely on a good designer to guide you throughout the process without worrying if what they're telling you is in fact true. And speaking of that actually reminded me of a funny comic that I've seen just some time ago. I'll put it on the screen right now. It's pretty much about AI making mistakes, us calling it out on it, and then AI apologizing to us for making that mistake. It's pretty funny. Check it out. The only thing you can hope for that after it makes a mistake and you catch it, that it's not too late. Last point towards hiring a designer as opposed to using AI is the fact that with AI, there is no consistency. A big thing also in our industry, but I think in design in general, is once you have developed a style or a look and feel for the client has approved it, stakeholders have approved it, the agency have approved it, they've created a bunch of marketing collateral following that style, it's important that you are able to replicate that style using brand guidelines, following those brand guidelines, and create a piece of content that feels like it's part of the same universe. With AI, you're not able to do that. AI has no memory of what you told it before, of what it has created before. So even though you can get a generation by using a reference, the next generation you make, AI is not able to remember what it's done before. Every generation is independent from the one before. Therefore, consistency is not something you're able to achieve with AI. Working with a designer, you can be certain that every piece of content that will be created will be on brand. So is there absolutely nothing that AI is good for? Actually, there is one use case that I find quite valuable with generative AI. And that's pretty much to aid you in your initial exploration and research part of working on a creative project. Think about it this way. You can hire a designer and you can do it together. And I think that's a wonderful way of going about it. If you have a big enough budget, just bring them on board early on and have them be part of that process. But for smaller companies who, perhaps are not even sure where they're going with this, the ability to use generative AI and be able to generate hundreds of mock-ups of different ideas is a very valuable thing. Then you can just filter through those and find those that match your vision, and you can take those and go to the designer and say, hey, this is my idea for this project. What is your take on it? How would you take that and make it even better? So we're essentially using AI as a form of sketching, right? Or exploration. This way you don't have to commit to one idea. You can boost your creative process by being provided with lots of inspiration. You will see hundreds of things that are horrible, but you may find things that are at least interesting. Not perfect, but usable. Things that you can use to maybe communicate your idea better. So to sum up, speeds up your research, you're not wasting money on ideas that may not work, and you're able to commit your budget to only those best ideas. And this is it. I believe in those few points, I was able to prove to you why you should always hire the designer to do your creative work. But if you are very early on in your creative process, feel free to use generative AI to generate more ideas for what you're looking to do. All right. If you guys have some thoughts that you'd love to share with me, please go down into the comments and let me know. So looking forward to that, guys. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can stay in touch with more content that I produce. And if you guys want to get in touch with me, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. That's pretty much where I spend the majority of my time. All right. Thanks so much. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.